Hi, everybody. I'm just checking in again, and it is February 10th, Thursday. Um, and if we've all been kind of following what's going on lately, there's this Truckers for Freedom that started a week ago or more up in Canada, and what's happening is um, it's going to end up having like a ripple effect across the world, and it's kind of what we've been waiting for, something like that to basically wake the world up. Because in a sense, this great awakening that we're all experiencing right now has been planned, sort of, to a certain extent, and that's why I'm kind of a part of it. But yeah, it's basically waking everybody up to, well, quite a few things actually, because we've been lied to about a lot of things. And why are we lied to? It's because um, they're trying to control us, and they're basically farming us or using us. We're being played constantly. So we're waking up to the fact that well, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer, but a lot of politicians are crooked, and a lot of judges are crooked, and like it's kind of a corrupt system that we're living in. And I think we kind of all just sort of get used to that. We always think to ourselves, well, I guess just that's the way life is. There's nothing perfect, but it's way beyond that. What it is this control system is obviously, take for instance, even the voting systems are rigged around the world, and they're basically trying to get this group of controllers to run countries around the world. And if you don't do it, if you don't fall in line, there's consequences for it. Economic sanctions, whatever. Though, once you start figuring it out, you start realizing, okay, that's how the world is being run, or has been run for all these years. So we're breaking out of that. And one of the other things, excuse me, is we're being lied to about uh, off-world life. Call it extraterrestrials or whatever you want to say. Everybody knows that they kind of exist deep down inside, but always the question is, well, if they exist, why aren't they showing themselves? But when you understand the bigger picture, then it makes a lot more sense. Well, and I've gone over this before, the two main reasons why we don't see them that much is because, first of all, they're not supposed to interact with us during this experience module. Okay, that's the good ETs, sort of. They don't really interfere with that. This is an experience that we originally signed up for. We didn't expect it to be this corrupt and bad. And then there's the bad guys that are trying to control us. They definitely don't want that truth out there too, because then we're going to realize that, yeah, there's a bigger picture going on. There's a lot of stuff going on that we're not aware of. And so I kind of want to cut to the chase of what I'm trying to get at on this video is, first of all, we're waking up to a lot of these things, okay? But when we start really understanding that we have a connection to off-world entities, that's basically our eternal connections. It's like our families. These are our families, and I've used that as an example before, where we are kind of like not quite a summer camp, but we're off on vacation, and our families have said, okay, good luck, and I hope you have some fun experiences and you learn a lot and whatever, and we'll try to stay in touch. Well, our communication has been cut off. We're not given cell phones. We're whatever. Like I said, it's almost like we're on an abandoned island or something. And then we're just kind of stuck there on our own. But anyway, so subconsciously and etherically, we have a connection with them, and we call it intuition, whatever. But we're kept so busy, and we have such a hectic world that a lot of us don't have time to communicate with them at all, and that's why it's really hard to find time for that. That's why, in a sense, why they only speak usually in the middle of the night in your subconscious, in the etheric world. they'll kind of give you a message or something. And that's where I get a lot of mine too. But anyway, I'm trying to come to a point here is our families, even though this is a learning module that we came to have a lot of experiences, normally they don't interfere with these. I'll call it kind of a class, because in a sense it is. It's like it's a class of soul. It's like soul, not only a soul adventure, but also a soul expansion or learning places. But what they've been doing behind the scenes is, this is us to the situation we're in right now, is they've been cleaning up a lot of the biggest problems that we've had with our controllers, especially the off-world entities that have been manipulating beings on Earth, whatever. It kind of gets complicated. It's a big story, but also it's kind of simple. I'll try to simplify it myself. But anyway, they've been doing kind of like the lion's share of the work of clearing up the situation that we're in right now, basically off-world. But they are allowing this to play out, and they're kind of watching us to see, well, not only are we learning from this, because this is a great learning opportunity to show how we can break free. We have the strength and we have the power to do it ourselves. We do, but we're taught that we're not. And somehow we've been conditioned to think that we're supposed to just obey blindly, a corrupt government and things like that. So they're kind of watching, from a distance, making sure that we're safe. So there's going to be no big wars breaking out, no big tsunamis, no big earthquakes, no big volcanoes, no big, roundup of people put in concentration. Like all those really doomsday scenarios, it's just not going to happen because we're being protected constantly. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. But they're letting the story play out to wake us up. So that's kind of what's going on right now, and they've been waiting for us to make the initiative movements. So going back to the trucker story, I mean, that's, like I said, they've been waiting for us to make this move, and they're backing us up all the way. So basically we can move forward with lots of confidence. And myself, I know, because I've already seen, they've shown me this really, really positive future. So to me, I'm going, this is great. Okay, I don't know how exactly we're going to get there, but it's working. That's all I know. So that's why I'm very, very positive, because I know how, let me put it this way, I know how the story ends. So, but I can't convince you guys, because you guys are thinking, well, I'm just making it up. But I'm telling you, we're breaking free, and this is working. We're getting lots of protection behind the scenes, whether we realize it or not. It's not easy. It's still not over. And, even me, etherically and energetically, I'm still being picked on, as well as a lot of other people out there. But I'm just saying, it's not going to be, you don't have to worry about it. Just, this is going to be, a runaway train or something. Like, no. This is a controlled freedom operation. It's controlled from, mostly behind the scenes. I'll just tell you that right now. It's mostly from behind the scenes, and then they're basically waiting for us to make some moves on the ground, boots on the ground, like physical changes. And it is kind of, the main reason why, I guess, is because they're trying to let us learn from this. And not only that, but also, I know I've touched on this before, it's a really interesting complication, not complication, but just the way this works is, this has to be done physically. So it's like, even when you have a thought, it's like, okay, I'm thinking I want to write something down or do something. Okay, that's fine, because it's in the ether, it's there, but you still have to physically do it. So that's the modules that we're in. These are physical matrices that we manifest things physically. But it all starts off with a thought. So anyway, I guess kind of what I'm getting at is, you guys this is working. I know it's getting old me saying that over and over again, but it is. We're going forward. Don't worry about anything happening because, as you know, as you probably have noticed anyway, I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir here for the most part, but they control us with fear constantly, and why? Because again, we're taught that once we die, that's it. It's over. It's game over. It's like, but it's not. It's not. Our spirits go on. We never. You can't kill us. You can't kill our spirits at all ever. So I'm not saying you get reckless because you know that, but to me, that you can't corral me or push me around with the fear thing. I mean, yes, I know I'm physical and I'm afraid of pain and suffering, and I don't particularly want to book out of here either. But I'm just saying it doesn't have as much effect to me because I know that ultimately you can't kill me, and so everybody kind of has to get that through their heads. Is there's really no such thing as death. It's just you're taken out of the game. You're out. It's like a big football game. It's like, okay, you're playing, you're doing all this stuff, but no, you can be taken out of the game. Yeah, okay, and you can't go back in. But this game still carries on. By the way, without us too. So I don't know. It's not a silly example, but anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to say that things are going forward, and a lot of stuff is being basically fixed kind of behind the scenes, and they're basically waiting for us to participate and go forward. So I mean, this year is going to be monumental, you guys. This is going to be awesome. This is going to show the power that we really have, and we're going to break free from this. So, and it's working. Anyway, that's my small message for today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.